Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna be live streaming while you people are, and while all of you are talking.
Guess this'll be the end of your journey that your brother mentioned. What is he expecting you to find there? Snezhnaya still feels like a long way away. But whenever Paimon gets thinking, yeah. Anyway, enough about all that. We can't start the final leg of our journey with that kind of mindset. Just think. We've fought dragons and sea monsters, defeated creations of the god. With all that experience under our belts, sure thing. Now, stick close to Paimon, the best guide you could ever ask for.
What about me? Do I get a call out?
Whoa! Columbina? You kind of snuck up on... Don't look at Paimon! Paimon didn't sell you out... Oh, so it was you! Alright, guess there's no hiding...
All your friends have gathered at the flagship to see you off. I invited Sandrone, too, but she said she had to go back to Snezhnaya. She must be busy. She had some nasty things to say about you before leaving.
She hasn't changed a bit. Alright.
If they're heading to Snezhnaya, I'll bet it's to cause trouble for Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Attending a farewell party for people. Also, please tell them not to count on getting help from a Fatui Harbinger in Snezhnaya. Our time working together was... not terrible, precisely.
Well, that definitely sounds on brand for her. The attitude, the reasoning...
No, you've misunderstood. I think she means that she'd like you to go see her. As long as you don't make things difficult for both of you, you'll be fine.
Huh. You really have to read between the lines with Sandrone.
Go on. Get to the flagship. Everyone should be there by now. Today, I want to return the favor. It's my gift.
It's definitely nice to be treated, but hopefully by...
The moon of Nodcry will always give you a warm welcome.
Wow! Pure white as far as the eye can see! Look! They look similar to the ones in Nodcry! You know, just minus the effects of Kulaki. That's a sure sign that we're officially in Snezhnaya now. There's gotta be a treasure chest around here somewhere. No adventure is complete without a chest or two. Paimon got a mouthful of snow! Ooh, it's so cold! Paimon's gonna snuggle up to you for a bit to get warm! Snezhnaya has loads of railways and trains. This must be one of them. But why is it abandoned? Ooh, it's still so cold. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Oh. Also, is it just Paimon or is the snow getting heavier? Yeah. So it can't just be because of the cold. It's hard. Everything feels heavy. Oh, no need. Yep, sure thing. Snezhnaya? Seems like the snowstorm is getting worse by the minute. Paimon can barely fly. Oh, look! There's a cabin over there! Phew! Let's get out of this storm!
What is this place? Where's Paimon? I need to find her. Fast! Paimon? Paimon! That's strange. Where could she be? I guess I'll try further ahead. Hang in there, Paimon. Is that a train carriage? Maybe I can get up from the inside. A reward on the road.
here. Krasnik's torch, civilian model. It's definitely getting a little warmer now it's turned on. I really hope Paimon's okay. A reward on the road. What was that strange sound? I can't tell if... Paimon? Paimon, is that you?
No matter how many times I tried to get him to do that single thing, I can't talk and I can't think.
Incoming entity detected.
I'm
Authorization.
just gonna wait for Week
granted.
11 to come out
Initiating original.
just to get it.
Hello, Descender, who's
'Cause
reached
that-
the eve of tomorrow.
That one's being a pain
I
in the
have
ass.
Gray at your service. Time since last activation. I was born to fulfill a mission. To this end, I must... Why is my... Apologies. Anyway, nevertheless, serving in accordance with my priest... Will you accept me, Transcender? I understand your position. Before I was activated, you called... If you agree to accept me, to answer your question, yes. You have made a now that we have reached an accord, very well. I will remember this name until the mission is complete. I need to... I can sense my power scattered across this ice-covered land. I even have the key right now is you. You must survive and reunite with... You may now execute the command, Demolish. Use it to remove the Prime Ice blocking the path and obtain Prime Ice units. Prime Ice unit count has been updated. You may now execute the command, Build. Use it to create a Prime Ice construct to prop up the door.
I'll keep this close.
Scanning local environment. That would not be inefficient. You can use this to clear the solid ice.
Is this an answer from this world?
Construct blueprint added to records. You may now execute the command, Build Heat Source. Generate a temporary heat source to rapidly melt the solid ice.
I block. Nothing spookier that in my life. Oh shoot.
Is this an answer from this world?
My scan indicates the path is straight ahead. I recommend we proceed. Kresnik Crystal, the recent construct you built. Unfortunately, that said, yes, perhaps, But for now, all you need... Low power. Please use Kresnik Crystal to replenish energy reserves. Signs of physiological activity detected in the distance. It is highly likely to be your travel companion, Paimon. Go. Go now. Be reunited and sing together. May all the people be united as one. May all of life rejoice in unison. Approaching the target location. Scanning for signs of life. Life forms detected. 2. Affirmative. Real-time environmental data suggests...
Paimon! Who are you?
Don't worry. She's only sleeping. You must be the Traveler. She called your name repeatedly while attempting to battle her way through the blizzard. Newcomers to Snezhnaya struggle to adapt to the sheer cold at the best of times. Lately, even the locals are... You two must be very important to...
Your eyes Are you Conry?
There are indeed some Conrians left in the... It would be unwise to interrogate my identity here. We will meet again very soon.
The unidentified subject has now left the area. He appears to be an individual of great significance, but my search has yielded no... Against the odds, your companion is safe and sound. The other person...
Traveler! Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Paimon was so worried. She looked everywhere for you.
It's okay. Take it easy.
Pretty much the same as when we first got to Snezhnaya. Wait, where did the Yep, the director of the Fatui. The Jester Piero. So, you met him?
The Jester must know everything about the Tsaritsa's plans. But there's no way he'd tell me just like that. Well, he was right about one thing. Right now, the most important thing for me is to take care of Paimon while she's unwell.
He had no intention of explaining his motives, and he left in something of a hurry.
Hey! What the... Who is that? It looks like... half a pair of goggles. How amazing!
Snezhnaya was once the land of the Fae.
Oh, wow! Well, thank you so much. You've earned yourself...
Goodwill detected. Instead of
Oh, that makes sense. Anyway, back to the Jester for when he first showed up. He already knew Paimon's name. And he acted like he expected Paimon to know who he was, too. Paimon could tell that he was Conrian from his eyes. And he definitely seemed like someone pretty important. But it was only later, after he Oh, seems unlikely. He ran into the snow, following the sound of Paimon's voice. And after bringing Paimon here, he just stared out at the snow. He didn't do anything to Paimon at all. Paimon didn't feel unsafe around him. And he didn't seem to have any ulterior motives. For all we know, he might have just ignored Paimon's questions so she'd get...
Please allow me to interrupt. Fatui and Director are unfamiliar.
Wait, you've seriously never heard of the Fatui?
Understood. Since they hold elite positions and serve their god directly, it stands to reason that they would conduct themselves with due decorum. I am inclined to agree with your assessment, Miss Paimon. I did not detect...
Sorry, I shouldn't have encouraged you to talk so much. Paimon, new plan. Let's get out of Snezhnaya for now. We can come back after the weather clears up and you're all better. The Jester mentioned that this snowstorm being the work of a monster is worse than most.
Oh, well, it's really nice of you to look out for Paimon, but... we were really psyched up for this journey when we first set off. Just think of all the burning questions we have.
Further information is required regarding the monster situation. But at this point, we have traveled a significant distance into the blizzard. Were we to... If, however, we continue onward... Do you remember what I said as we neared this location? I told you that this is a train station. While it had... We can break through the blizzard and forge ahead by driving a There is a small town up ahead, which would be the perfect place for Miss Paimon to rest and recover.
Paimon thinks Goggles here makes a great point. Oh, come on. Don't worry.
Affirmative. Should you ever... Otherwise, I will remain silent to avoid causing... Please confirm when you are ready to depart. Heading north from here, we will soon arrive at... Wait, there... Brace for impact, friends! How strange. Not only was the station's status different from my records, but even...
Yeah.
My sincere apologies for putting you in danger. I'm afraid... Agreed. Fortunately, our crash landing has at least...
Your data had better...
I can assure you, it certainly is. Please, it seems our ill-fated train route. Rest assured that I will take...
Excuse me? Is there an inn nearby?
I'm sorry, but they've all closed.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. We're looking for a place to stay.
I can't even afford to warm my own house, let alone run a business.
can stay around these parts?
I'm afraid not. You'll have to try your luck somewhere else.
All we can do is wait for the next shipment of Kresnik Crystal to get here.
Hi there. Do you know if there are any inns still taking guests in this town?
Doubt it. They're probably all closed. No one has enough Kresnik Crystal to heat their own homes, let alone a business. I clocked you a while back. You adventurers or something? We don't get many tourists in inland Snezhnaya these days.
Why is that? Because of the snowstorm?
In part. But the bigger reason's Project Stuja. Since it's Her Majesty's will, we have to put up with it whether we like it or not. Oh, sorry. I assumed it was common knowledge by now. Basically, the Tsaritsa is planning something big. Something that requires an enormous amount of energy. Even if they used all the surplus Kresnik Crystal in Snezhnaya, it still wouldn't be enough to meet demand. So, the Vetcha passed a resolution requiring all factories and households to reduce their energy consumption. The policy has thus been charmingly named Project Stuja, meaning bitter cold.
Bitter cold? So, like, it's...
Pretty much. When you're broke, you scrimp and save. When it's cold, you huddle together for warmth. There's always a way to stretch things out to make ends meet. Trouble is, if you stretch someone out like an elastic band for too long, who knows if they can ever bounce back. You know what? Come with me and see for yourself.
Can you please explain to me why the price of Kresnik Crystal has gone up by 1/3 again? Even as our purchase quota has gone down. You only come here twice a month. This won't even last us a week.
The supply and pricing of Kresnik Crystal are based on current production volumes and price data. We Fatui are only responsible for delivery and security. I'm not in a position to explain to you how the figures are calculated, but I assure you, they are as fair and reasonable as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, so our lives mean nothing to you? How can you expect anyone to survive a single night in this weather without heating?
Since you insist on making me repeat myself every...
What market? Nobody else is selling! And when they do, they charge 8 times the normal rate! It's...
Which is why the Snezhnegrad Veche passed a resolution to support border communities. without which you wouldn't even be able to buy Crystal from us to begin with. So if you're here just to argue, move aside and let the next person in line come forward. Everyone's feeling the cold here.
You! All right, everyone, let's calm down for a second. We all know how cold it is. And the more it snows, the harder life gets. Everyone's struggling already. Let's not make things even more difficult.
But Liaison Shishkin, there's clearly something wrong with this quota. I have a family in Marepasak who tell me they can buy at least double our crystal allotment.
Oh, believe you me, I had the same reaction when I first saw the numbers. Couldn't believe what I was reading. Still, you must understand that calculating these energy quotas is a complicated balancing act. Our top priority must be to keep the largest Kresnik's torch burning continuously. As our Fatui comrades said, they are only responsible for delivering the goods. They need to keep...
That's right. Our duty...
Tell you what, listen. I know how anxious and upset everyone is. What we can do is open the lower combustion chamber of the Kresnik's torch to the public. You can come to me directly to register. I can't guarantee there'll be ample energy for household use. We can at least...
Fine. I don't...
So, this is practically...
You were looking for an inn, right? For your, Fae friend?
Oh, Paimon's not a fae. Just Paimon. She must have caught a cold or something.
I have a small place in Stratomaros. I don't stay there very often, though, so it's pretty basic. But if you're not picky, you're welcome to rest there for now. It's not much, but I've got blankets and a warm fire.
Are you sure? Oh.
All right, then. Hello, I'm Alosha.
Oh.
I'm a hunter. Though, if you've talked to any...
Get him. Out of nowhere. Oh, okay. Wait.
Introduced herself so far, didn't she? This is Paimon's best friend, the Traveler.
Good to meet you. I'm Alosha. Most travelers find the Snezhnayan climate to be a shock to the system at first. But as long as you keep yourself warm, you should be fine. Still, you should keep an eye on your condition. When people are too quick to dismiss a cold, it can easily end up turning into something more serious.
Don't say that! Paimon's too young for chronic health issues.
They aren't in town right now, and they won't be back anytime soon. The train station has been closed ever since these power shortages began. I do a lot of hunting, so I spend most of my time exposed to the elements. But even the animals wouldn't survive long in a storm like this, let alone a hunter. Nothing to do but sit tight in town. I get that you're in a hurry, but even if the station were open, that doesn't mean there'd be any trains. What? Your own train? Wait, hold on. That train? The one that suddenly fell out of the sky and crash-landed on the ice?
Oh, we got lucky and found it in a cave. Oh, then our luck ran out and...
Pretty crazy for a random find in the mountains. Well, as long as your train's good to roll, you might get to Snezhnagrad after all. I've been doing some digging recently. Turns out, the real reason for the current energy crisis in Stratomeros is that some of the supply is being seized for a private stockpile. But to expose what's going on, I need to catch them in the act. So, I'm heading off to catch a rabbit.
Huh? Wait, a rabbit stole the crystal?
It's a figure of speech. Real rabbits couldn't pull this off. They'd prefer carrots to Kresnik Crystal anyway. Shishkin, Mr. Positive Attitude, let's all get along now, shall we?
Him? Really? Paimon never would have guessed.
Huh? You're coming with?
Huh. Oh, okay then. All right. Guess there's no point pushing myself. Paimon will stay here and hold the fort then.
Oh yeah, there's one more introduction to do. Tagarin, get in here.
Oh, a doggy. Oh, angry doggy. Oh, Tagarin doesn't like being petted then.
He likes to think he's above that kind of thing. He's my hunting partner, so he'll be joining us when we head out. Carrots aside, we'll need to stay completely undetected. We can't risk spooking our rabbit, but there's no telling which burrow he'll scurry back into. First, we need to find a way into the train station and see if we can find any real freight data. Shishkin's figures can't be trusted. Then, we get Tagarin to catch a scent and find out which way the crystal went. What are you eating?
Oh, check it out. When you're all out of carrots, try turkey. Good doggy. Good.
A fellow dog lover, huh?
Yep. And rabbit lover. Carrots are great too, you know.
Good to know. Eat up, Tagarin. We got a lot of work to do. Wait. Nice work, Tagarin. Come on, we'll go around. This way. We'll enter from the upper floor. There we go. A freight list. Straight from the Fatui. So she looks as new as the day it was printed. I guess no one bothers reading. Yeah, this is all we need. Tugarin's a keen hunter. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Cristal. That's normal. Anywhere there's a stove, there'll be the scent of Cristal. That's normal. But if he picks up the scent of Cristal somewhere and there's no stove around, that's how we know something's up. This must be the rabbit's warren. Sure enough, there's a tunnel.
Thanks for looking out for us.
No need to thank. Let's grit our teeth until the blizzard passes.
Maybe for everyone else, Liaison Shishkin.
Huh? Who are you?
I just had a question for you. Why, when times are as tough, all the crates here are from the most... Would you be able to shed any light on the situation, Miss...
Me? Why, I have no...
This godsend was found in a cellar adjacent to your residence following it, and this is only a fraction of what we found down there. I've always been grateful for your efforts to mediate between us and the townspeople of Sretomaros.
How could you do this to us?
We trusted you to have our backs. You've been lying to us this whole time?
Hey. Hi. Oh, this isn't who I am. Please, we all know how difficult life has been since Project Stu. I grew up in Alatir, a small village with no train station. Deliveries of Kresnik Cristal have ceased there entirely. You know as well as I do how downright impossible it is to buy. I watched as energy grew scarcer by the week, all the while knowing that their lives were at risk. Then one day, I looked at the Cristal shipment in front of me, and a terrible, selfish thought. Looks like I'm just not cut out to be a criminal. I have the official Snezhnayan quotas here. I'll make a batch purchase of Crystal worth 3 months' salary for you all to use free of charge. As for Alatir...
You don't have to go that far.
Yeah, owning up to your mistake is enough for me. You've done plenty of good for the community.
Drop the act. You claim this was a one-time mistake, but the real reason there's only 1 shipment's worth of stolen crystal in your basement is that you have an accomplice.
Reporting in, sir. We've conducted a full search of the mayor's house. As expected, we found many crates full of crystal, half of which were still in their original
This wasn't your first time at all. You've been colluding with the mayor of Stratomeros The train station's currently out of service, but it does open for a short window every time there's an energy delivery. The mayor handpicks said workers. Per his instructions, they transport the crystal by tunnel at night, but since he can't get the goods out of town by train, he had to arrange an alternative method of transportation.
Wait, the mayor's involved in this too?
Preposterous. What proof do you...
Basic math. I've spent a lot of time lately counting carriages as the snows...
Counting carriages?
The energy consumed by a train depends on its total weight. And since energy is a limited resource right now, it's fair to assume that every carriage is packed full. So, if we take the energy required for the Kresnik's torch, add the sales figures you provided, then compare that figure to the train's theoretical cargo capacity, the numbers never match. It's always off by 1 or 2 carriages worth. This time, you set a new record. 3 carriages missing.
Nice.
You mean to tell me that you sat around...
I'm a hunter. I have 2 options.
Well, I've heard enough. The evidence speaks for itself.
You...
Yeah, something felt off. So I just followed my gut.
Thank you for your assistance. Shishkin was quite the cunning criminal, as I'm sure...
A wolf in...
Even with that sob story he fed us. Without the compelling case he put together, even I might have fallen... Alosha, was it?
We can go find some wild animals if you want. I'll fire off a couple of shots, and you'll see whether I'm the real deal.
I didn't mean to cast suspicion on your identity. It's just... Well, I'm sure you've heard they hide in plain sight under false identities, working against Project Stuja. They aren't a violent organization, and their goal is to improve the lives of the common folk.
First I've heard of this. I don't really keep up with what goes on in the city. All I know is, people who don't mind... As for me, I just couldn't stand Shishkin. I'm from Alatir myself, and I can tell you, nobody's lived there in years. Why would an abandoned village need crystal? Of course, no one really cares about the fate of that place.
I see. It does sound quite... I will report this incident to Snezhnagrad. The Fatui will take over energy Looks like it's my turn to
Don't mention it. Isn't the soldier overseeing the delivery supposed to verify the quantity of the goods? Was he just careless? Or was he being paid off too? Excuse me. I'll take a share of Kresnik Crystal too. I need to take a detour before we head back. There's someone I have to deliver this crystal to. Hang tight for a moment. This old lady, she doesn't really know who's who anymore.
Oh, Gran...
Ma'am, it's me.
Alosha? Alosha who?
You know me. I came by earlier today. Cleaned the ashes out of your stove, gave you some warmer bedding, and washed your back.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Now, how often do I get to see my grandson? Hmm? Come on, take a seat and relax.
It's okay. You just rest. I'm fine.
Oh, you. It's nice to come and visit your old granny once in a while, isn't it? Sratomaros, a good town. Oh, sit down. Come on, take a seat. I still have some fruit left. Let me get...
Please, don't get up on my account. You need to rest. Where's the fruit?
Right under the basket by the door. Well, grandson dear, do you like it?
Very much, ma'am.
Good, good.
You don't need to save any more for me next time, all right? Fresh fruit is hard to come by at the moment. You should eat it as soon as you get it.
Oh, I don't need it. I'm fine. But if you like it...
Some kind soul must have given these to her. But she always saves the nicer things for special occasions. I met her at the market back before her health began declining. She was a lovely old lady. We're from the same hometown. Not many people have heard of Alatir. And if they have, it's usually for all the wrong reasons. There's a gang of highwaymen that came from there. Now that it's an abandoned village, it's rare to find anyone who shares fond memories of our hometown. I first learned of Sratomaros' energy supply problems from a passing comment in one of... The town's been in decline for a while now. That said, It's fine. Everyone grows old. In Snezhnaya, some people believe that in your final moment, you turn to look at them, but their face is blurry. So you focus hard, trying to make out who it is. And when you finally see their face... The Grim Reaper reaches out and takes your life. She still calls me grandson, though. So at least I'm not a blurry face in her world just yet. Come on, let's get back and see how Paimon's doing.
Paimon, we're back.
Yep. Paimon's not cold anymore. But she's still a little dizzy. Flying probably isn't a good idea right now. Paimon might lose her balance. But Paimon's sure she'll be fine. It's probably just from getting hit on the head by that pile of snow when we first arrived in Snezhnaya.
Her complexion's looking much better. Let's keep an eye on her.
Sure. But enough about that. How did everything go on your end?
I'll explain. It's a bit of a long story.
Jeez. You guys got pretty busy. Sounds like the liaison officer and the mayor were running quite an operation. Good riddance to both of them. So, you said the train station will open again soon, right? And everyone has enough crystal now?
Yeah. Well, enough to survive at least. Project Stuja isn't going away anytime soon. People will still have to scrimp and save to make ends meet. Don't know. The goal of... The thing is, we were told...
Extending it?
That's what everyone suspects. In principle, any proposed extension needs to pass, but even though opposition has been growing, Any detractors, he's the chair of the Snezhnegrad Veche and a key.
How come the Fatui are picking on ordinary people even here in Snezhnaya?
I don't see it like that. Fundamentally, the Fatui will always think and act, but that doesn't mean they don't care about the plight of the common folk. The only reason Sir Tomoro still receives Crystal shipments is because of a relief proposal put forward by the Rooster himself. Then there's the Fatui soldiers providing support in every corner of the nation. Even the Northland. It's just that the rich and powerful in their fancy palaces live in a completely different world from us. There's always going to be some conflict when those worlds collide. Yeah, well, regular folk don't have. The Rokad provides the disaffected with false identities and an outlet to vent their. Of course, an organization, but so far, they've been doing their. Like us, don't you mean? You didn't hesitate to join in.
That's because we're adventurers.
Sounds like we're going to get along. So, what's your business in Snezhnegrad? Aside from taking your friend to see a doctor, of course.
I want to meet the Tsaritsa. It's complicated. I've had run-ins with many of the Harbingers along the way, and I really need to know what the Tsaritsa is up to. Her ultimate goal, what the Gnosis mean in all of this. Since I've made it this far in my journey, I have to find the truth.
Wait, so... No way. Are you who I think you are?
Sounds like you've heard of us then. We're getting more
I didn't realize I was in the company of giants. Honestly, we're all as curious as you are about what the Tsaritsa's planning, and why it has to involve us freezing to death in the snow. But getting in the same room as her won't be easy. The common folk aren't permitted to meet her at the best of times, and right now, she's probably not even in Snezhnegrad. Word is, she's heading east on a campaign to slay a monster. Yeah, so you've heard of it. A wild, unpredictable monster with the power to summon snowstorms. It also absorbs everything around it into its body, so it's growing constantly. Now, it's so big that the Tsaritsa has deemed it the #1 threat. Luckily, as it grew, it became increasingly less mobile, so it doesn't pose an immediate threat to this town or to Snezhnegrad. I'm sure that Tsaritsa and her personal guard, the Druzhna, won't have any trouble defeating the creature between them. It's just a question of how long it'll take. Suffice to say, you won't be seeing her any. Fair. Well, the Fatui will be taking over management of the train station for the time being. Once it's open, we can see about getting your train towed to the station.
Whoa! That's gotta take a lot of manpower.
The Fatui aren't exactly spotless in this whole mess. Plus, we help them out. Should be. As far as I know, all the paperwork is dealt with upon manufacture. I've never seen anyone check it, so I wouldn't worry. Having a train makes everything much easier. We'll reach Snezhnegrad in no time. I need to head there myself anyway. Got some game to trade for Mora. I know a good doctor in the city. I'll introduce you when we get there.
Oh, thanks so much.
Is this really necessary? Huh?
10 points for agility. Ugh, worthless pile of garbage.
Stop yapping. Just take it or leave it.
Drive carefully, all right? You don't want to end up in this situation again. Also, I don't think I've seen a train like this before. Not a fan of small talk, are you? All the track switching is automated. So, we'll leave you to examine the train's conditions yourselves.
Shouldn't be a problem. Thanks for everything.
All right then. Have a safe journey.
Alright. Looks like our destination settings have been applied. Let's give this thing a final once-over and...
Affirmative. Running vehicle diagnostics.
What's this?
Engine, green. Wheels, green. Frame, minor damage, but no impact on function. Diagnostics complete. All...
Neat!
I've lived in Snezhnaya my whole life, and I've never heard of an interactive, talking train autopilot.
Strictly speaking, I wasn't designed purely to drive trains. Though I doubt you have any interest in that. All configurations are complete.
Away we go! Nope. Paimon's gonna find a warmer seat. Huh? What's going on?
Oh no.
What is this place? Traveler, are you okay? Paimon's still airborne. But it...
Just our luck. Of all the things that could have gone wrong.
Halosha, you're Snezhnayan, right?
It's called the Shadow Realm. A place where no wind blows, no light shines, and no elemental energy flows. Even time itself doesn't exist here. I've only seen it a few times before, and this is my first time inside. It's a dangerous place. And the few who do make it back, they're never quite the same.
Huh? Then, what the heck? Oh, maybe Goggles knows something. Goggles? Great!
Hold it together. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on, let's explore.
Look at these Fatui! It's like they've lost their minds!
Their shadows have been devoured. They're no longer amongst the living. I can't channel elemental energy here, but I have a few gadgets that still work. Guess we'd better find a way over.
Go now! Advance!
This is the last one.
What do we do next?
Play it by ear.
Hello. I am glad to see the three of you.
For now, at least. But things aren't looking too good.
Correct. We are now inside what is known as the Shadow Realm. Time and space hold no meaning. We must leave this place before it sinks.
Sounds like you have a plan.
Yes. It appears I have marked the exit to the Shadow Realm for your convenience. In addition, I have prepared some equipment to aid you as you... It may well be one of my core functions. Activation code? We once peered into the past from the...
Whoa!
Now go. Arm yourselves with
Is this a gun?
In the Shadow Realm, where humans cannot channel the elements, there once was one who, after much research and many Let's go. We don't have much time. When you encounter small obstacles, you can simply clamber over them. You can slide to navigate through low, narrow tunnels. Obstruction ahead. You may be able to use the explosives nearby. Shoot the explosive. Since elemental energy is unavailable in the Shadow Realm, ammunition is an important resource. You can replenish your ammunition at various supply points. For long-range targets, try using the scope to line up your shot. Many hostile units approach. I suggest a new strat. We are under heavy fire. I suggest taking cover to avoid enemy attacks, then waiting for a suitable moment to counterattack.
Reload!
More enemies detected. Try attacking with the newly unlocked Assault function.
Light him up!
Where's the... Where's the...
Nice.
Switch mode! Light him up!
the freeze mark and pull the trigger to move using the rope.
State number 2. State number 2. Back in business.
Close it! Is out! Time! Requesting it's over. Taking cover. There's the... Fall back.
Reload!
Where's the...
Change of tactics! Charge!
Some supply points can restore a small amount of stamina. Press on. You should be able to use the prime ice construct left here to cover long distances. I recommend using this grappling gun. If you detach the
goes in! It's over.
Sprint at the prime ice launcher to reach high places with ease.
Light him up!
Usable munitions detected. Frag crystal.
Time to catch my breath. Try this!
Defenses have been breached!
Try this!
Over. Where's the...
Back in business. Demolition time!
Where's the...
Try this!
Shift your center of gravity and slide down.
How much longer is this gonna take?
The exit is right ahead. We are very close now. However...
It's like they're trying to keep us trapped here. That platform and the carriages are swarming with undead Fatui. Guess we gotta storm through.
Time to catch my breath. Change of tactics! Light him up! Gotta recharge. Change of tactics. Charge! Back in business.
You may find switching to assault mode makes your attacks more effective.
Nice. Reload! Need a refill.
Come on! We're almost there! Huh? Why is everything shaking?
Looks like the Shadow Realm is about to sink back down and...
The exit is right.
You mean this?
No time to think. We just gotta go for it. I can't believe the Shadow Realm manifested right on the railroad tracks. Lucky we made it out. All thanks to...
Ah, so you have heard of the Golden City before?
Yeah! He came up a whole bunch and not...
Make no mistake, it was a team effort. For a first-time firearm user, your performance was quite outstanding. Far beyond my expectations. As Alosha said, it is highly unusual for the Shadow Realm to manifest in a place like this. But we should still watch out for
Oh, let's hope not! If anything else goes wrong with this trip, Paimon's gonna have...
The Shadow Realm can appear anywhere, not just now. If you wish to further calibrate and upgrade your firearm, you may do so over there. Please take a moment to catch your breath while I repair the body.
Oh, thanks, Goggles!
Yes, of course. And just like the...
Let's get some fresh air while the Eye of...
Yeah, sure! It's so quiet here for a trip. Huh? So much for repair? You've swapped our train out for a whole new model!
My plan was to restore the train to its original appearance per my records as quickly as possible. Now that the repairs are complete...
Huh. Didn't know trendiness was a parameter.
According to my calculations, parameterization is the most effective way for the Eye of Grey to understand trendiness.
Hyperborea, huh? I'm sure I've heard of that in a story somewhere.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
Huh.
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Ha!
Want to avoid looking down if you're afraid of heights.
No, it's not that. Paimon's just praying that we don't have yet another accident. That mountain is breathtaking. Reminds Paimon of Dragonspine.
They say this mountain's the domain of a Snegovic lord. A lot of the Snegovic retreated there to live in seclusion, so it's a pretty mysterious place. We hear all kinds of stories. Even the residents of the nearby town of Svietla Lidovka steer clear of the summit, and they make a living off of harvesting prime ice. Look, Snezhnograd's just up ahead. here we are. Welcome to Snezhnegrad train station.
Wow! It's so majestic!
It's built for maximum efficiency. But yes, transferring trains here can be a little tiring. In the future, you can use this train station to travel anywhere you want in Snezhnaya. For now, though, come with me. Let's get Paimon checked out. This way. There's a lift car that goes straight to Sapoliarny.
Look! They have really funny-looking heads! And those ones are about the same height as Paimon! But it looks like they can't fly.
Those would be Volkudlak and Domovoy. You'll also see the winged Vila and the snowborn Snegovic amongst others.
No wonder! We'd heard that Snezhnaya used to be the realm of the Fae. Paimon can really see it now.
Indeed, you're quite right. Surely not. That can't be possible.
Heard about have to come up with a foolproof plan.
You see, I'm a tolerant person.
This is not fair. A train delay. Indeed, you're quite right.
Travel companion.
To the left is the Market of Zolny. They sell everything there. You can often find some nifty little trinkets. To the right, you'll see the Korolyevsky Theater in the distance.
Look at that! Incredible!
I found it pretty stunning when I first came here too. But I soon found out that stunningly I'm just a small-time hunter, so Zolny is where I spend most of my time. This way will take us to Podvorier restaurant. They offer food and lodging there, so you can get settled in while I fetch the doctor.
Is that gonna be stunningly
Yeah, I mean, there are places to stay in Zolny, but I highly doubt they'd meet your standards. Most of the stoves are out of crystal, the windows are drafty, and at night, four-legged roommates come out to play, sharpening their claws on the roof.
Yep, no way! Not a chance Paimon's staying in. Fine then. Don't worry, you'll get some too.
I'm glad to see you've perked up. If you find yourselves in the mood for some sightseeing later, there's a few places around here worth seeing. This way leads to Zapoliarny Palace, which serves as the Tsaritsa's audience chamber and also her personal quarters. The adjacent block is kind of a city in its own right. That's Glupov, the headquarters of the Fatui. Inside, there's a munitions factory known as the Armory Palace, producing a constant supply of all kinds of... And over there is the Snezhnegrad Vecha, where all the big shots meet regularly to make policy decisions. These places are best admired from a distance.
Yeah, they probably have super strict security. We're not looking for trouble right now.
The downtown area is near the center of Zapoliarny. Another place of interest is the Northland Bank. Oh, and I'm sure you'll want to make contact with the Adventurers Guild at some point, right?
Ooh, speaking of adventuring, we use alchemy quite a lot. Do you know where we can find a crafting bench?
No one practices alchemy at Snezhnegrad, I'm afraid. Apparently there's some historical reason for it.
Oh. We'll just have to use the one on the train then. Kinda inconvenient.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my area of expertise. Still, I wouldn't say the absence of alchemy makes life here any less convenient. Anyway... Finally, there's Zolny in that direction. It's mostly residential buildings and factories, but there's a few shops too. That's about it. You guys go ahead and get checked in while I track down my doctor friend.
Sounds good. Thanks for all the...
Podvorye restaurant is right this way.
Looks like you get what you pay for, huh? Paimon likes this room a lot. Yeah, much better now that we're out of the cold. Oh, if this were anywhere else, we'd be out investigating. You're right. No need to push ourselves too hard for no... A lot happened on our way into the city. Let's review what we've learned. So obviously, the million more question is, what is this Tsaritsa planning? Sure was. And so far, we've learned that in addition to the 7 Gnosis, her plan also requires a ton of energy. But we won't get to see her anytime soon. Alosha said that she went east to fight that big monster. It must be a pretty powerful one if it can blanket. To be honest, what we're really lacking right now is Paimon can't think of a few people who might... Right. And when we left Nogcra... So... It's unlikely... Yeah, fair point. Besides, that Glupov place is right nearby. We've got nothing to lose. There's gotta be someone there willing to talk to us, right? But it's unlikely we could sweet-talk Arlecchino. Let alone Sandrone. She basically told us to stay in our lane already. Yeah, the last time was all the way back in Fontaine, right? Too bad we missed him in Nodcry. Apparently, he came to help out.
Hello. Is there a traveler in Paimon in there?
That's Alosha!
Hello, I'm Dr. Luneva. Alosha mentioned that one of you is feeling a little... I see. So you're my patient today, yes?
Good question. Paimon's not too sure either, but she's definitely not the same kind of fae as the ones we saw at the train station.
Not exactly. It's just... I'm used to treating human patients. Fae tend to be far more resilient than even the healthiest and most long-lived. But don't worry, I do have some experience treating Fae. I've even diagnosed plenty of cats and dogs in my time. Safe to say, I have a fairly eclectic range of expertise.
It'll be fine. Paimon's basically the same as a human, right? We're no different when it comes down to it, are we? More like you don't eat enough. The more talking you do, the more you need to eat.
Now, please take a seat. Okay, vital signs are good. Test results are all within normal ranges. I don't think it's anything serious. More than likely, you've just caught a cold. I can give you some medicine to tide you over, but as long as you rest properly for the next couple of days, you should feel better. Make sure to keep an eye on your temperature, though. If you find yourself with a persistent low-grade fever, Or if your symptoms don't improve, just contact me again.
Sounds like there's no cause for alarm.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're very welcome. Just doing my job. I'll leave you in peace now. Time to visit my next patients.
Take care. You heard the doctor. Best you rest up here for a couple days. No sightseeing for the time.
All right, then. Guess we've got no choice.
I have to get back to it. If you need anything else from the doctor or me, go to the Hunter Trade Station in Zolny. The boss there knows how to reach me. Hey, no big deal. You saved my life in the Shadow Realm.
All right. Time to find Child and see what he can tell me. This place is as noisy as every Snezhnian city cares about. Sure, through all this good times.
Hold on. Please display your invitation letter or permit. Glupov does not accept meeting requests without a price. Might I ask who you're hoping to visit? Another one who thinks the rules don't apply to them. I don't understand why people think they can just talk their way in here. But I have to go through the motions for protocol's sake. Honestly, it's such a waste of time asking when I already know what the answer's gonna be. Wait a moment. I'll pass on your message. If Child is unavailable... Lord Child is a busy man. He's probably not in Glupov, even if you two are old friends. Next time, stick to the rules. Greetings, Lady Marionette.
I'll take care of our guest here. It's her first time in Snezhnaya, so it's no surprise that she doesn't know the rules yet. I trust no choice words have been exchanged. No misunderstandings.
No, Lady Marionette. No incidents to report. Whew. That was a close call. Good thing I played it cool.
Is that right? Good to know. Under the weather? That's hard to imagine. She's always buzzing with energy. I I take it she's still adapting to the climate. Happens to a lot of people. All right, then. Well, let me know if you run into any other problems. Why else? I was just about to sit down for some much-needed tea time when I heard that an old friend of Tartaglia's had shown up outside. And, as obnoxious as it may be to show up uninvited at Glupov, I couldn't help but take pity on the poor soul who was waiting outside in vain. So I had no choice but to abandon my freshly brewed piping hot tea and come to see this mystery guest. Well, I felt our time working together in Nod Cry warranted some courtesy. I couldn't exactly let you freeze to death out here in the wind. Unfortunately, I can't invite you inside either. The rules of Glupov wouldn't allow it, and as a harbinger, I have to lead by example. On the plus side, Snezhnograd actually has some class, unlike Nasha Town. Torchlight Books has a very nice selection of teas and cakes, so we can catch up there. Your treat, of course, because I already wasted one perfectly good cup of tea today. I've ordered for the both of us. No objections, I assume. I'm sure. Okay, let's get down to business. I'm guessing you don't actually have any urgent business with Tartaglia, per se. You just want information. Wanna take a guess? Of course you'd say that. You shouldn't underestimate Counselor Tartaglia. That's right. I'm sure you've heard of the Snezhnograd Vecha by now. Well, he's busy preparing some paperwork for their... They'll be discussing yet another extension to Project Yeah, he's more of the shoot first, ask questions later sort, isn't he? It all started with a very detailed letter that Capitano left for the jester, Piero, before leaving for Natlan. In that letter, he detailed the future arrangements for his subordinates. All of his key people were reassigned to Tartaglia. I guess he'd already prepared to leave us for good all the way back then. But that was his reaction too. Why me? With a bewildered look on his face. He'd always assumed Capitano looked down on him. He was a man who kept his thoughts to himself and barely spoke to him the whole time they'd... But he occasionally brought Tartaglia along to my tea parties back in the day. By the rest of us, I mean my tea party regulars. Arlecchino, Rosaline, and... Actually, not Columbina. She was probably oblivious to it. Anyway, then the Liu-S situation happened. Normally, it took a lot to get under Capitano's skin, but that time he was furious. Basically, Tartaglia probably had the wrong idea about Capitano all along. Right up until Piero revealed the letter he'd left behind. Capitano believed that despite Tartaglia's immaturity, he showed great potential. Plus, he possessed a kind of purity rarely seen among members of the Fatu. Yeah, it's one of the few things that I'd agree those two have in common. But there's one other reason why Capitano chose Tartaglia to assume command of his troops. He knew that after he was gone, several of the others would swoop in on his army like vultures. with the ones who stood to benefit the most being the Rooster, Pulcinella, and Regrator, Pantalone. Once they divided Capitano's troops between them, they'd be more powerful. So, you can see why Capitano chose to hand that letter to Piero, right? Exactly. Piero also needed to back a Harbinger as soon as possible. And all things, even though Tartaglia has had the support of Northland Bank for a long time, he and Pantalone are ultimately not cut from the same cloth. I'd say Capitano made a good judgment call. Anyone else caught in this situation would probably feel like they'd been hung out to dry. His best course of action will be to distance himself from any shady business. What's the point in having a tea party if you don't spill a little Besides, none of this is confidential anyway. You'll see it firsthand if you having a voice in the Vecchia is the only way to steer policies. Pantalone, for instance, represents the financial sector. And personally, I have no interest in political jousting. But since I have a number of engineers and researchers under Then there's Pulcinella, the linchpin of the Vecchia. He represents politics itself. Everything involves him, so nothing can bypass him.
I'm starting to see why everyone is so frustrated with the way things are. A complex web of interests.
All right, I'm done carrying this conversation. You must have known that you can get the info. I just don't understand, that's all. Anyway, wait. Oh, I only meant you should be mindful of what you... Fair enough. It's not your fault. I blame all these politicians I've been hanging around with lately. Always beating about the bush when they talk. Anyway, just ask for my help next time, okay? Little things like this are no problem.
Lady Marionette.
What now? Can't you see I'm on my break? Whatever it is, just leave it on my desk.
Sorry to disturb you during your break, ma'am, but I'm afraid it's an emergency.
Isn't it always? I've told you before. Fixing the tracks and transporting ice...
The equipment in Svietlo-Lightovka is in urgent need of maintenance. With how the weather's been recently, we suspect the supports on one of the machines broke and fell, awakening a dormant beast and leaving many of the ice miners trapped. Luckily, Odette's team was nearby and launched a rescue operation. But we're still facing a severe manpower shortage.
I guess that's it then. Art, do you actually want to come with, or... Nice of you to return the favor. And honestly, I'd rather have your help. Then let's go. You, take 2 people to Podvori if anything happens to Pine...
Yes, Lady Marionette.
Wait a moment. You look as though you've run into trouble.
Oh.
Stops. Biello Lagovka. Please mind the drop in temperature.
They weren't exaggerating. From what I've been told, most of the trap... Yeah, you do that. Meet me back here as soon as you're...
I sympathize.
I have to be good.
Don't go any further. It's too dangerous here. There's a highly aggressive monster on the prowl. You need to Ah, I see. You're the backup from Snezhnegrad.
Ah, so this is Odette. She was the first member of the Fatui on the scene.
There are 5 people trapped in the cave. Let's go. Careful. Something's moving. This must be the monster's shadow. Looks like a tough opponent. Witness the snow swan's grace. Hada together.
Stay back!
Snowflakes. Pirouette. Shadow me. I see them. They're right behind the monster. The monster seems very agitated. It could attack at any moment. Let's make the first move. Let's begin.
Thunderclap! Lightning slash!
Crystalline Adagio. Pas de deux.
Oh, thank you for saving us. We'd have been monster fodder otherwise.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You should be safe.
Thank you.
I've searched the area. Pretty sure the monster made attack. Yeah, but with us here, it won't. It may be small, but don't be fooled. It's a ferocious beast. It's lucky we got the trapped miners have been.
Wait, this place.
What is that?
I don't know. It's back?
Guess it has family. This way. Run! Thanks. Let's get out of here.
points for agility. You really are a one-trick pony, you know. Points for agility.
Hi.
Next stop, Sviatlovaivka. Passengers arriving at Sviatlovaivka.
Everyone's accounted for. We managed to rescue them all. We also You really held your own today. Don't think I've seen you before. Alright then. See you around. Hello, Lady Marionette.
I hear the rescue operation was a great success. I knew I could count on. What brings you here, Odette? Here for a performance?
No, a Fatui mission. I happened to be nearby and heard the crash.
She hasn't introduced herself then. Odette is the prima ballerina of Snezhnograd. She's quite the celebrity. If you ever hear people mention the two crowning jewels of the Korailievsky troupe, they're talking about Odette and the prima donna, Vodianitsa. On top of that, Odette's also a rising Fatui star. It's looking likely she'll inherit the title of the Fair Lady. She learned all her combat skills from Rosaline herself.
You flatter me, Lady Marionette.
If she's Rosaline's protege, that makes me... never mind. There's no need to bring it up.
How's progress on your end, Lady
Equally successful. I finished even if the heavy snowfall summoned by that monster. All right, now that we're done here, it's time to get out of this blizzard. Sure, but Snezhnograd will send someone to investigate and draw up a relief plan. First, Pantalone needs to That's the rough process anyway. Could take anywhere from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Yup.
The snow has eased. Fuel for heating. It just feels...
Hey, quit daydreaming. When did you get a new sword?
I found it in a cave. It handles pretty nicely.
You have a strange affinity for secondhand swords.
Ooh. I like that though. And yeah, I'm talking this time. Oh. Why is does that remind me of the other one? Why does like this remind me of? Where is it? Oh, it's not here anymore because I already have it. I'll probably be getting it. Wait. This is that. I'm only gonna say that reminds me of where is it? That one. But I'm not gonna change to it because and yeah, I have that money. But to be honest, the last one I got was like I don't get the 5-star ones too often. Because well, the only ones that like were easy money wise I got, but like the ones like you pull for I got the some of the 4-star ones. The 5-star ones I only got was these two basically. But anyway, I will be changing her up, just not now. Oh wow, so they added more to that. At least that's good. I'd have to wait until probably not next week. Well, not this week, but like next, like the week after, to buy the passes. Cool. Yeah, I'd have to wait until. Or wait until my freaking work with Scuttle and like giving me my other feedback. But I will be back though. Oh. I don't even.
Huh. Well, if it isn't Counselor Tartaglia, Miss...
Go easy on me, all right? I'm still recovering from the interrogation the real big shots put me through. Hey, comrade, it's been too long. I heard you came looking for me earlier. Good to see you too, Odette. I'm guessing you guys just got back from Sviatlo-Laidovka. How'd it go? Crisis averted?
It went fine.
How about you? Any new developments?
Not really. Same as ever. Growing opposition to Project Stuja, and the usual rebuttals are starting to ring hollow. The results of the mock vote were pretty dire. Pulcinella was fuming. I've never seen the old man so angry.
That's not good news. It takes a lot to rattle him.
Yeah, obviously if push comes to shove, there are ways to crack down on dissent. But...
Sorry, I have to ask something. This is going to sound blunt, but...
Huh? Of course.
It sounds to me like everyone's tearing their hair out trying to figure out how to deal with opposition to Project Stuja. But what exactly is this project's purpose? And how can it be...
Interesting. I gotta hand it to you, comrade. You sure don't mince your words.
Excuse her? What does she mean? Refuse to stand up for ordinary people.
Oh my gosh. How does she dare speak to the Harbingers like that?
Are you interrogating us now?
It's okay, Sandrone. Let me explain. I think I understand where she's coming from. If I could, I'd take your side right now. In fact, my position's very similar to yours. I've only held back on casting a dissenting vote in the Vecha because the Tsaritsa would never let me get away with it. Still, I have a responsibility to the Fatui armed forces, so I do what I can to make their voices heard. Most of them are just regular folks from small towns far from the capital. I'm sure you've seen how much those kinds of places are struggling right now. Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm from Arepasak myself. Things aren't going so swell there either. The Tsaritsa wants to create a better, safer future for the people of Snezhnaya, but she's thinking long-term. I don't doubt that from where you're standing, Project Stuja seems to be creating all sorts of issues for everyone. But considering the Tsaritsa's vision for the future, these are sacrifices worth making. Sounds cold, I know, but I promise it's not as black and white as it seems. Maybe Sandrone and I can't oppose Project Stuja outright, but we're constantly raising, and even though we can't put an end to it, there are plenty of other ways to make a difference. I respect Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, and trust her decisions. But at the end of the day, I'm still just... There's no way I would ever abandon them.
As contentious as things can get, the issue is that there's no way of but that is not the same thing as being blindly loyal to the
In fairness to Sandrone, she rushed to Sviatlo-Laidovka's aid and even Tartaglia, who used to...
Hey, come on. There's only so much we can say, so don't press us too hard. Look, maybe you've heard already, but she's currently leading her army on a campaign to the east to defeat the monster that's been causing these brutal blizzards. Striking that monster down will be a significant step in dealing with the present As laser-focused as she is on realizing her lifelong ambitions, she's still... To me, that says a lot. If she thought Snezhnaya and its people didn't... Thanks.
I still think this adventurer... Our two harbingers have made their positions very clear. But there are many others in the Vecha who must feel trapped and forced to vote against their conscience. I think it's a very valuable quality to be willing to speak one's mind, despite...
You can say that again. I highly doubt we'd feel the need to explain ourselves so much if we didn't know you so well.
Forgive me, adventurer, but might I be so bold as to ask about your background? How is it that you...
Oh, haven't you been properly introduced?
Easier said than done. I like to think I'm not the kind of person who goes around busting open people's old wounds.
I've only learned her name so far, and no details of her experiences. Is something wrong?
Uh-oh. Is there no avoiding the subject of Rosaline?
No, it's just... all right. I guess there's no getting around it. This is the world-renowned traveler who helped resolve the storm terror threat in Mondstadt. There was a duel before the throne in which the traveler defeated Rosaline.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't think you two would be seeing much of each other, so I figured it wasn't worth bringing up.
It's fine. It was a long time ago. Sorry. I just remembered that we have a rehearsal coming up.
I've mentioned this to you before, remember? She was Rosaline's most valued subordinate. But they didn't actually get along. Not that Rosaline was really the type of person to make friends, but... death has a way of resolving a lot of conflicts.
Don't let it weigh on you. Like she said, it was a long time ago. It's in the past now. Odette has a very different personality from Rosaline. Give her some time. I'm sure she'll work through it. Oh, by the way, where's Paimon?
She hasn't been feeling well, so she's resting at Podvorier restaurant. I got a couple of my people to look after her while we were gone.
Oh, right. Sorry to hear that. Poor thing. Reminds me of when Tonya was little. She really felt the cold back then. Used to get ill all the time. I felt so bad for her seeing her lying in bed, coughing. She was so mature for her age, though. Whenever someone came to visit her, she'd greet them with a smile and would never complain. I'm sure Paimon's a good kid, too. You're a little short on manpower, right? Let me have a couple of my people take over for yours. I'll send my most capable and reliable. They'll make sure Paimon can recover in peace.
Well, that would be great. Your people are more qualified.
Hey, don't mention it. I'm sure you have things to do. Hopefully this takes a load off your mind. So no more accusing me of not being on your side, all right?
Already? That was quick.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. If you hadn't told me, I never would have known he'd gone south. I assumed he'd been in Glupov this whole time. Well, I guess I'd better go sort out Paimon's security situation. I have some other work to catch up on at Glupov anyway.
Me too. I have an incident report to write up. Let's leave it there for now.
I guess everyone's in a difficult position. But Tartaglia's right. I have things to do. Things I want to do, and things I ought to do. To start with, I should go ask Alosha if he knows of any way to help Sviatla Ledovka.
Astra Abyssosque. Add Astra Abyssosque.
I still can't believe that they added that.
How strange. This sword seems to be vibrating. It's a very faint vibration, but it's getting stronger as it... Does this sword have some connection to the statue? That place I got this sword from was definitely out of the ordinary. It worked! There really is something special about this sword.
No. That's cool. Oh, cool! Oh.
I don't really understand what just happened. But I'm pretty sure this sword just got a little more powerful. I'll have to try the same thing again when I come across another statue of the Seven.
I think once this first part's all done, tomorrow I'll go around and get the other one.
Hello there. How can I help? Ah, sure thing. Give me a second, I'll go.
It's a familiar story. I've had similar experiences. Although Snezhnegrad doesn't deliberately delay or withhold relief, those first few days of waiting for help are always the hardest. It's a fundamental contradiction. Not necessarily. I think there's a good chance that Kresnik Crystal, when we resolve a huge backlog of Crystal is now available. A lot of them will probably stockpile. Exactly. Hey boss, how much?
1 second, let me check.
Yeah. I don't know if I have enough, so I'll chip in a little extra and buy as much as I can afford. No, it's fine. You're new to Snezhnaya, and you have your own living expenses to worry about. Besides, you're already...
Here's your Mora. See what you can find at the market.
But yeah, well, can't hurt to take a look. Let's see. Huh?
Oh, Alosha, and... Hello.
I didn't realize you two knew each other. Yeah, I take on some odd jobs in the city to supplement my hunting income. Sometimes I work as a cleaner or prop hand at the theater where Odette is one of the big stars. When the weather's as bad as this, it's better for a hunter to adapt than to keep looking for game.
Yes, and we sometimes need extra...
Wait, why is the atmosphere so awkward? I thought things went pretty smoothly in Svietlolaidovka. So, what brings you here, Miss Odette?
No. After I got back to the theater, I couldn't stop thinking about the situation in Svietlolaidovka. So I decided I'd come here and see if there's anything I can do. You too, I presume. I suppose that's why you're here. I didn't feel comfortable expressing my true opinions in front of the Harbingers. Not least because ordinary Fatui like me don't even know what Project Stuja is all about. Without knowing the full picture, I can't make sense of it. And at some point, if things aren't making sense to me, I can't just keep going along with it.
So many people feel the same way. They wish they could do something, but all kinds of reservations hold them back.
Yes. Well, that's one option. But there are risks to consider with
Right. Because things can get out of hand, and it's hard to hold the right people accountable.
Sandrone said Odette was on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady. Still, it's probably a little soon to ask her about that.
What's on your mind? I think we can both agree that no matter which side you're on, it can't stop you from doing the right thing. I know what Rosaline did while she was abroad. You made the right decision, so no hard feelings. So, what's your plan?
Oh, we were gonna buy some crystal. I heard there's some on the market right...
Funny. I had the same idea. The real issue here is that government relief is behind schedule. Surely...
True. It's a huge expense after all.
Let me see. I'll take it all, please. Right. Choose mission budget under the expense category, but be sure to specify emergency rescue operation in the... Let's book this train. Regulations say that if we need to transport Kresnik Crystal during Project Stuja, extra carriages... That should do it. The train will be escorted to its destination by Fatui guards.
This is my first time seeing you handle Fatui affairs, Miss Odette.
You flatter me. It's only because I've been doing both my whole life.
Anyway, I bet you've been non-stop today, am I right? And
what's wrong? Who's Paimon?
Her travel buddy hasn't been feeling well. She caught a cold right after they got to Snezhnaya.
Sounds like she's important to you. I can't believe you've been dealing with this on top of everything you've been doing to help the people of Snezhnaya.
I've got nothing going on right now, so I'll join you. I want to see how she's doing.
May I come too? I have some candy that someone gave me back in Svietlolaidovka. All
right then, let's go. I still don't know what the deal is between these two, but at least the tension seems to have vanished. A good sign, hopefully.
That kid. Is he tailing us? It's a strange feeling being watched. Can I get you anything?
Hello. Sorry, but there's a sick person recovering in this room.
What happened?
Oh, please, excuse me. Are you the Traveler? Ah, it's really you. Sorry for the inconvenience. We're under strict orders from Master Child to keep this room well guarded. At the same time, we can't interfere with Podvoye Restaurant's business. That would only seem all the more suspicious and draw on. Besides myself, a few of my colleagues are stationed in and around the restaurant, in plain clothes, of course.
I didn't expect such a high standard of protection.
Well, Master Child handpicked us for this special assignment. We're not about to let anything go wrong. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer.
Traveler! Aloysia!
Hi, I'm Odette. The Traveler and I crossed paths a few times.
Another friend from the Fatui, huh? Your Paimon's definitely on the mend. We should be back to our usual travels in a few days' time. It's just... Paimon's limbs are still feeling...
I have just the thing.
Whoa! What's this? Is that... a flame inside an ice cube?
All keen observations. You're right. This is called Core Ignis. Whenever I've caught a cold in the past, I found I recover much more quickly if I place this by my bed.
Awesome! Wow! It's so nice and warm! Oh, your name was Odette, right? How did you two meet again?
Looks like she's in pretty good spirits. That's a relief. Any progress with your investigation yet? No surprises there, I'm sure. They're not likely to let anything slip. The Rokad, huh? Let me think. Members of the Rokad keep their true identities hidden, but I think there might be someone I can introduce you to. Leave it with me. Meet me at the Korolyevsky Troop tomorrow, and I'll tell you how it goes.
Would anyone like a drink? I'm gonna head to the bar.
Paimon will have... maybe some hot milk? Enough with the secret chat, you two! It'll be kinda like Tabletop Troop! No reason why listening to a story can't...
some fire water.
Ah, you made it. I've got some tickets, and I managed to set something up with the Rokot. It'll have to wait until after the show, though. Happy to... Pleasure.
Please present yourself for a routine inspection.
Is that guy with the...
Okay, all done.
What's up? Everything okay? Snezhnaya's business and political leaders are always passing. Still, it's a little unusual to see the Fatui's Armory Palace Guard here. You saw him, right? He's part of the Special Assignments Battalion. But I only ever see him here for one thing. To look for a guy named Mitya. Supposedly a researcher, though he never seems to put much time in at the office. But that's not for us to worry about. What do you think? Pretty impressive, huh? Oh, the one in Fontaine? I hear it's iconic. Never seen it for myself, though. Here we are, just in time. Sorry, coming through.
If you're gonna show up late, keep your mouth shut.
What's his problem?
Look, there she is. That's who I'm introducing you to later. She's the lead singer of the troupe, Vodyanitsa. this leads directly to the green room. They're expecting us. Vodyanitsa will be waiting for us there. Hey there.
Can you believe it? I am so mad right now.
Oh, it's you two.
Huh? You know each other? Oh, wait. Is this who you were telling me about? The one you met yesterday and...
I never said that.
Yes, you did. Why are you denying it? It was right before I went on that rant about the moody factory owner.
Might I ask what brings you two here?
Oh, I just brought her here to see the show. And when it finished, she was full of praise for Vodyanitsa's performance. So I thought I'd try my luck, see if we could get the chance to chat.
You work here. You of all people ought to know that's against the rules.
Oh, what's the big deal? Come on, don't be shy. I can give you an autograph.
Do as you please. I finished all my shows for the day. I'll leave you to check.
I wasn't making that stuff up, you know. Odette's just too proud to it. She thinks very highly of you. And so do I. You did the right thing in Svietloladovka.
We're good. Odette's out of earshot. I'll lock the door. Confidentiality, of course. The Rokot is very strict on that.
Whoa, Alosha! Not out loud! Not with an outsider here.
Relax. I've taken care of it.
The President's reply sent this morning.
You told me last night that you wanted to get intel from the Rokot. Unfortunately, Rokot intel is only available to members. But ever since you set foot in Snezhnaya, we've been working together. I've seen the way you work, your character, and your motives. Everything about you is perfectly in alignment with what we're trying to achieve in the Rokot. So I figured I might as well cut to the chase. I wrote a letter to the President explaining your situation, including just the right amount of detail. Of course, it's still your decision whether you want to join or not. We'll respect your choice.
Well, assuming Odette was telling the truth and she didn't misjudge you, I guess we don't need to worry about you blowing our cover. Still, you gave me a real fright. I didn't know that's why you came looking for me. So, that stuff you said about admiring my performance. Now you're talking. That's what I like to hear.
Anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of how things work. Like I said, the Rokot is a covert organization, and we hide our identities. Members typically don't meet in person or even know each other's identities. This helps us maintain a high level of independence and secrecy. Because of this, members are basically free to decide their methods without constraints, so long as the outcome of any activity doesn't violate the organization's principles.
After all, we don't have any ostensible contact with each other. This way, if anything goes wrong, no one else will be implicated.
Beyond the freedom to choose how you operate, it's also your choice whether to act at all. We have plenty of members who have yet to take any action. In short, joining the Rokot in and of itself won't place any restrictions on your activity in Snezhnaya. There's a code of conduct you can read if it interests you. But basically, as long as you don't plan on using your anonymity to go around doing evil, you'll be fine.
I tried reading it 5 or 6 times. Never made it all the way through. Even the most
Great. Then I'll go grab an official application form.
Well, Well, Alosha has this pet dog, you see. His name's Tagarin, and this one time, Alosha brought him backstage. Tagarin took quite a liking to me, so I played with him for a little bit, and then the Rokot was out on a mission one day, and even though we were all in disguise, Tagarin recognized me right away.
Just a coincidence, really. We didn't report it to the higher-ups, though, to avoid dealing with the fallout. Like... my job at the theater, for instance. I really needed to make ends meet. By the way, what were you complaining about just before we came in? Did everything go okay with Chuganov?
Everything did not go okay. That's why I was so mad. I tried to make some small talk with him before I went on stage to fish for intel about the Iskra manufacturing plant. But he wouldn't take the bait. No matter what I said, he kept dodging the question, and then he started complaining. I mean, what did he I had to juggle things around just to get him
Yeah, meeting Chuganov. Oh, you probably don't know who we're talking about, do you?
To the citizenry, he's a family man and a kind boss. But our interactions with him tell a very different story. It's one thing to ask for a favor, but he acts like it's his right. He always expects special treatment. Take the ticket situation, for instance. I've actually gotten him a private box in the past. But not only was he not even grateful, now he's acting like I've sold him short this time. Not to mention that he's never paid for a single one of his tickets. thing. If he's such a big family man, why doesn't he bring his wife and daughter to see the show once in a while? I've never seen them here. Not even once.
Calm down, Vodyanitsa. If you won't do it the easy way, we'll have to try the hard way. But first things first. Here's your application form. Go ahead and fill it out.
Yeah, I just want to see what happens. If that's anything.
Excellent. We'll hold on to this for you. All right. Now that recently, we've done some recon work at the East Prim manufacturing plant, which pretty much all we need now is...
That way, the Kresny Christ...
I was hoping he might... I'm meeting another regular theater goer.
But Valeri's here too, and he's probably looking for Mitya.
Don't you worry. He must know how to dodge Valeri, or he wouldn't be showing up on time for every performance. Mitya is a renowned energy expert. Although we can't get any direct evidence of the excessive energy consumption at the plant, the authorities should take someone like him seriously. Also, we're not allowed on site, but he has clearance. So, yeah, so that's the other thing we're trying to figure out. Though I think we're far less likely to make any progress on that front. Still, I hear that Mitya is a bit of a chatterbox. So, who knows?
What do you think? Sound like something worth your time?
Okay, in that case, you guys find a seat somewhere nearby. He's a huge fan, so I doubt he'll have his guard up.
Sure. Don't worry.
Perfect! You've sold me all...
Okay. What needs tidying?
Everything!
come here often, so we shouldn't stand out. Now, it's up to Vodyanitsa.
Mr. Mitya!
Oh, sorry. I got a little held up on my way here. Now we have even less time than we planned. Go ahead and order some snacks and drinks. Whatever you like. Let me see. According to my schedule, we still have 25 minutes left.
You're really pressed for time today, huh? I was imagining this would be a leisurely chat. If you'd prefer...
No need. Getting to meet the lead singer is a very precious opportunity for me. I've already had to decline your invitation several times because our schedules rarely align. If I don't grab this chance while it's here, who...
Well, it's very kind of you to make time...
I'm not too sure, to be honest. But Snezhnaya's full of weird and wonderful things like that, so...
The reason I invited you out for tea and a chat today was to get some feedback from a true fan of the...
Well, I genuinely have nothing bad to say. No matter how many times I hear you sing, it never gets old. It always seems fresh and new somehow. Maybe it's because the more times I listen, the more details I notice. Or maybe you simply improve with every performance, delivering it better each time.
Thank you! I'm delighted to hear that! Could you give me any specific examples?
Oh, yeah. Hey, what's with you? I'm just praising a good performance. I always used to find that such a bleak and lonely song. But the more you listen, the more you realize that it...
Wow, I'm impressed. Still... But
oh, really?
Almost every time.
Oh.
I didn't sing that one today.
Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Mitya, but...
Of course I was.
So, what did Odette sing today?
Elegy of the Snow-Winged...
Correct. You find my singing...
No, that's not it. All right. I'll be straight with you. I'm sorry. I enjoy watching your shows because the exquisite performances stimulate the mind. So, whenever I get stuck at work, I come to the theater for a change of pace. Odette's dance during the elegy of the Snow-Winged Goose today was simply incredible. That look of sheer defiance in the face of utter tragedy? Not that I made a ton of progress in the grand scheme of things.
So what you're saying is...
Unfortunately not.
Seems like things are getting a little...
Mitya just stepped into a conversational minefield. If there's one thing Vodyanitsa doesn't like, it's people who show disrespect for her performance. This...
It's fine. I suppose this is affirming in its own way. Don't let it bother you.
She's showing a lot of restraint.
Well, I'll be...
Please don't say that. I
know. I can tell. I'm sure some people can't.
Fair enough. I still feel kind of bad, though.
But you know what I...
Oh, yeah. 100... what's wrong?
I don't know if you've heard about the boss of the Iskra manufacturing plant. He has box tickets only, premium...
Well played, Vodyanitsa.
Now that you mention it, I've interacted with...
Yeah, he couldn't care... What's the big deal with that factory he...
Oh, really?
Yep. The things people are saying... Project Stuja has now... If the rumors are true...
Interesting. So you've heard about it too?
What? So it's really true?
Who knows? I've only heard the same rumors you have. But there's no smoke without fire. The Rooster's been coming down on us hard lately, demanding that we track and trace every single batch of Crystal. My coworkers in the Department of Energy have been tearing their hair out over it.
The Rooster? I didn't realize he cared that much.
Yeah. Even though there are no restrictions on Crystal trading, the poor will wind up freezing to death if we let the rich buy as much as they want. That's clearly unfair. Looks like we'll need to arrange an investigation into the Iskra manufacturing plant as soon as possible. I never knew you kept up with current affairs. Most Fae in your position have long been...
Well, those of us who choose to live in human cities are naturally going to pay attention to... I'm just surprised to learn that even someone with as much experience as him is getting so stressed out over Project Stuja.
This is it. We're finally...
I'm sure Mitya can sense on some level that she's fishing for information. But since their conversation is so relaxed, he might just let some...
It's stressing me out too. If I'd only made better progress with my research, things wouldn't have dragged on this...
Oh, so your work is real...
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source. Not the power of the Light Realm, and not elemental energy. Right now, the only thing that meets the requirements is the power contained within stellar linchpins. But harnessing that power is costly. Each step of the process requires enormous amounts of Kresnik crystal, from extraction to quantification to attempts at conversion. progress has been painfully slow, and the team is getting burned out as time goes.
Could it be that this new energy source has side effects?
No, it doesn't affect us, because the energy is used for... Okay, I got it. Stop choking me. I think we're all just exhausted. We've been working ourselves to the bone for so long with so little...
Seems like...
Don't worry.
So they're trying to develop a completely new kind of energy. Yeah, censored by a scarf. Who would have thought?
Oh, dear. It looks like my time is up. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. It was a pleasure chatting with you, really.
Let's make up for it next time. Yeah, I hope... We touched on some confidential issues today. I'd be grateful if you could keep it between us.
That could have gone worse.
Nice job. Why was Mitya in such a hurry to leave?
Sorry, routine inspection. Okay, let's go.
So he wasn't rushing to get back to work. He must have calculated that Valeri would find him here in exactly 25...
One of the main duties of the Special Assignments Battalion is to ensure that important figures stick to their schedule.
All right, time for us to get going too. Excuse me, check please.
We'll settle our check too, then.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Mitya paid the check before leaving. He also asked me to pass on a message. He said it was an honor to share his tea break with Miss Vodyanitsa and her two friends.
Wait.
So he knew we were here all along? Maybe his work isn't confidential after all. Maybe the key here is the purpose of this new energy. Vodyanitsa and Alosha have both left. Time to head back and call it a day.
You're back! You're pretty early today. Paimon was just gonna mention. Still, there's some good news. Paimon thinks she met it. It's like there's some kind of mysterious power affecting Paimon. Paimon's never felt this way before. She only started feeling this way since we arrived in Snezhnaya.
That's right. The Armory Palace needs a brand new energy source.
Could that have something to do with...
What is it? You're making that face again. So, they're trying to develop a new energy source here? And you think that might be why Paimon's feeling unwell? Well, and even so, those are completely different symptoms from Paimon's. It's pretty faint, so it's kind of hard to tell. But, if anything, it seems like it's coming from roughly the same direction as the Armory Palace. Sure, Paimon's with you there. But how, though? The Rokat only has a limited amount of intel. Oh, great point! They argue about Project Stusha every day. If we could sit in on one of their sessions, good idea! This one seemed right up your alley. So, Paimon saved some for you.
The question is, will this let me stop?
Alosha replied.
Or will it...
He says that we won't be able to speak at the Vetcha, but he can arrange for us to attend as visitors. Time to get ready. Then...
Or will I have to start this all over? I'm gonna end my live stream because, well, it's past time for me to go to bed. I will be live streaming again tomorrow. I'm just hoping this doesn't start being